Alright, welcome back to another stream. I forgot to do something. Give me a second. Doing some more Pizza Tower. This time, I've actually practiced some amount instead of going into some of these levels completely blind. Well, of course, on my first playthrough, I did all the levels, but not very thoroughly. So, the last stream we got some P ranks on these floor 1 levels. Actually, I can just check this. So we got all of these, and now on this floor, guess I should just check this side again. Oh gosh, that thing. So here's my progress so far. A decent amount of S ranks. So I've been practicing. I actually kind of got coasted to getting P ranks on some of these levels while practicing. So this might not take too long, but I have some plans for things I can do after I complete my initial goal of getting all these P ranks initially. So start over here. I think this is also going to be a good opportunity to just kind of talk about these levels. Maybe they'll be a bit hard if I'm trying to focus on actually getting the P rank, but you know, a lot of these mechanics I kind of glossed over. How did I not get that guy? So I really rushed through on my first playthrough. So here's the first mechanic of this level. These little like totem things, if there's someone dancing by them, causes the clouds to show up. So in some areas you want to get that out of the way to make the rest of the room easier. It also has these pizza marks. The funny thing is that these were actually a mechanic I remember from one of the demos. They used to just be in every level, maybe, where you could like buy stuff with the coins you picked up. That must have been quite a early demo actually. But now they're just kind of used in this level as little diversions. Some levels have a system like that where there's something that's optional. There's something up here. And there goes the combo. Well, let's do a run. Even if I didn't, this isn't gonna be a P rank. I'll still get that. Some levels have some sort of, oh gosh, some sort of content on the side that's like not necessary, but usually it's like indicated by some sort of extra door. Sometimes I think that's actually a little annoying that this game does, where you don't know exactly if a door is going to progress you forward in the level, or if it's going to just be a little offshoot that you'll return from. Sometimes there's like one-way paths where if you choose incorrectly, you'll end up not being able to return, and it's not that big of a deal, but sometimes like you really want to be able to complete everything on your first way through. If you're the kind of person who likes taking it slowly and like trying to find every single little secret in a level, you're probably not going to enjoy it, like getting cut off from big chunks of it just because you chose the wrong path. The whole screen is kind of a big mess. First you head over here, grab this power-up transformation. I was just about to say you should take this area slowly so you don't run into that. You can probably just jump over it. It's fine. And after this, right over here, get the secret, don't touch the cows. I don't immediately fall. Luckily, the fact that that's an enemy that gives you the transformation is actually really convenient because it keeps your combo going. Yeah. Just totally missed that at the very end. So this actually game is quite good at doing things like this, where they take some mechanic and it either can help you or harm you. And so for some part of the level, you want to take advantage of it, and for some part you're going to try to avoid it. So that's what the cows are doing here. Earlier in the level, they kind of kick you forward along the right path, and they do in other parts of the level too, not just at the start. And now that we've reached this point in the level, it kind of switches up, and now we're trying to avoid them. And this kind of thing happens with a lot of mechanics in the game. And it can also especially be taken advantage of in Pizza Time, right here. Because we have to go backwards through the levels, so if there's something directional like these cows, you know. How do I get rid of this? Guess that's what the cow is for. Also means rip combo. That guy actually gives you combo. That's nice. So when you're going forward through the level, that mechanic might like push you back, but then when you're going back through it, Pizza Time, then the direction switch, so you can actually take advantage of it. Nothing up here. This is one of those cases where it's like this whole thing that I'm doing right now, this is completely optional. Actually, I think it's just for points. So that whole thing is optional, but you might think that it's the right path, and taking it slowly down if you're not fast enough to make it through Pizza Time, which I might be, I don't know. Secret over here. That is the last secret, so I got all of them. Which means that I could go for a P rank attempt. Just need to not mess up. Don't jump there. Just don't go that way. I know that in some levels, there's doors that are optional, that are completely blocked off during Pizza Time. I kind of wish that was a thing that was more common. Because you'll end up, on your way back, you'll end up running into things that you've already gone in, and you don't remember if you don't, it'll be hard to remember if you have to go that way or not. Also, that's a much faster way to go through that. Like there's some Pizza Marts here, like I already went in that. So if there's some way to say that like, oh, this is the thing that you've already done, you don't need to go back, that would be nice. Still need to get better at using regular dashes instead of the slide. The slide is faster, but not as actionable. So there we go. So now it's just about doing that without any major mistakes. Hopefully this should go by a lot quicker than the first floor, because I actually have gotten better at the game and I've practiced in advance. Nothing over there. Yeah, there's something down here. I thought that there might be. I do like how the way like pizza time works. It means that on your first way through a level, even if you're going for a P rank, you can actually take it pretty slowly, as long as you're keeping up your combo. And since like enemies refill it instantly, you have as long as it takes for the combo to run out completely. You have that much time to just go for an enemy or like any pickup. Right here. Hello? Can I tried to do this. That's not how it worked out. I think it's usually better to do that instead of a regular body slam. You can do it out of a run, and it kind of keeps on your momentum. But it's a little bit tricky to do. I don't know why that block is there. I feel like you can't really build up enough speed or enough heights to destroy it. Whoops. It's not a big deal. It's right here. Or it is a big deal because you need speed. You need to build up speed there. Okay. Just at the very beginning. I don't know, maybe I should just ignore that enemy. You don't actually really need to go for enemies unless you want to get a higher combo, which doesn't really help you out at all. I think maybe it'll give you more points at the end, but that doesn't really matter. I wasn't even able to break it there. I think you may be able to build up speed just by okay, that was close. Just by climbing up a wall. This is going pretty good. dashing all over the place. There we go. Can I actually keep this up though? That's the question. I do really appreciate that you can use a taunt like that to cause those enemies to like trigger faster. The ones, specifically the ones that give you transformation. It's crazy that they managed to make the taunt do so much, even though it seems like it's kind of a unnecessary thing. Maybe I should focus on these guys. This is where I messed up last time. Just take it slowly here and jump over them. If you have the time, you don't need to rush. I need to make it over here to this secret. You do jump just a little bit too high, because the bottom of the platform, it goes off the screen, or the top of the platform. It can be a little bit hard to tell where you need to land, but it's not that bad. I should take this a lot slower. I thought I'd have to jump all the way over the cow, but they kick you in the right direction. I don't know if it's worth it to go over here. Get the treasure up here. I guess that works out. I don't know if there's anything up there that I should try to get. Oops. It's also nice that it's an enemy there. Like, gives you the transformation, because that means you can immediately get your combo back up with it. Alright, like here, actually it'd be really important that I get my combo back. I wouldn't have made it otherwise. I didn't mess that up. And I don't think there's anything left that I have to do. I've already done this. I don't know why I went in that. Just go up to the second lap. That's damage. Probably should have actually taken care of that at the beginning of the level. Something that you should consider sometimes. Like clearing out enemies at the beginning of the level helps out with the second lap. or pizza time in general. How do you do this? There's probably a way to do that all very quickly, but you'd have to figure out exactly where to fall. There we go, this is going better. Glad that enemy was there with the combo. Sometimes the level can feel a bit confusing on your first few attempts through it, but then once you actually learn the route, it all kind of blends together well. So there we go, that's the first level. Why is my chat not updating? Hello. I didn't see you there for a while. It's kind of annoying when the chat does that. Yes, hello, welcome to the stream. There we go, that's the first level. Beat the tutorial under 2 minutes. You automatically get all lap 2 portals. I really like that feature. And it makes sense because completing the tutorial very quickly is kind of a test of if you're like a test of skill. I've never done that like that. I do appreciate when games have mechanics like that, so you don't have to like play through it multiple times if you're already capable of doing a second lap, for example. It makes sense that they'd want to lock that behind completing a level, because you might accidentally go into the lap 2 portal and then you'll end up dying because you don't have enough time. So I'll just have to see if I can remember exactly where all the secrets and stuff are in this level. There's this over here. Excuse me. Sometimes the routing of these sections can be a little bit confusing if there's like a big wide open area. It's kind of hard to tell which direction you should go in immediately. I guess usually the good thing to do is just follow the points that kind of lead you in the direction that they want. But after you've cleared out all the points, you just have to remember which direction to go. Not that bad. No need to go over there yet. There's something right here though. Try not to forget that. There are sometimes like these patterns in the wall that you can follow to look for, to find secrets and stuff. Like there's just like different background blocks right there. I'm not really a fan of that most of the time because you're usually trying to tune out the background when you're playing normally. you know, that if like things aren't likely to be in the walls, so you just don't really pay attention. I guess that means that they're good secrets, but it means that you can easily just miss them if you're not paying attention. I know that this mechanic gets used so much more in the escape sequence. Remember to get this over here. And as you can actually go so fast that you start missing things like that. Go this way. These enemies out here to keep the combo going. I think I missed another secret though. No, got them all. So actually, here's a funny thing. You can do this thing here where you do this cancel. You cancel your dash, so you can turn around quickly. Of course, it means they have to build on speed again, but I actually don't know if it's faster than just doing a regular turnaround. Like that kind of turnaround. Just having this ability adds screaming to the background. Maybe it's just when you get the power up. They get to make use of that one twice. So it works in both directions. So I have to go out of my way to get points, because I have not yet gotten S rank. There we go, but I'll lose that pretty quickly if I don't keep picking stuff up. I don't know why I could just run into that. That whole section's a little bit confusing. There we go. Actually, I have no idea how that works. I know that you can taunt to get points like that. But I don't know what the conditions are for you to be able to do that, because I feel like you'd just be able to taunt like constantly throughout the level and constantly get points. But I don't see anyone doing that. There we go. That one wasn't that bad. This was one of those levels that I almost P-ranked while practicing it. So on to the next one. This might be very quick, this whole process. Oh, clicked out of the game. Combo starts on the first enemy that you kill, and it has to be in the first room. There's something in there, but I don't need it yet. I'm gonna actually take advantage of the levels mechanics. This room is interesting. It just has a bunch of points off to the sides. You actually don't need to get them. And you can also just mess up your combo if you don't know what you're doing. very good. There is something right over here. The secret. Oh gosh, I don't know if you can still make it. Oh, just barely. Wow. If you just do a normal turnaround, it ends up dropping you straight down like that. Wow. You can actually change which direction you're going in right before you do that shoulder bash. Here he is, the legend. This is one of those weird cases. There's that thing down there, and if you just go up this direction, you'll think that you missed something. But it's like just a few points. Oh yeah, this is a interesting room. Just like flying around my face right now. Some bug. Okay, it's a good thing I got knocked into those points, otherwise the combo would have been gone. And I do need him. I think this is it. Sorry about that. That's a kind of weird state that you're in. If you do a jump while you're crouching, you enter this kind of jump. And you can like barely do anything in that state. It's kind of weird, and that's the state that you get dropped out of. All right. Like right there, and also so now if you try to do a body slam, you'll press down first before you jump, and you can't do it. Something weird that you have to get used to. Probably just better to do that. Deal with those guys. Let's not just fall straight down there. Not what I meant to do, but it worked out. Can I? No. There's like a few different ways you can do that room, and I picked the wrong one. I didn't expect this level to take the longest. And I guess it's fine that I'm not like rushing through all these, doing them immediately. Why'd that happen? The combo just barely lost it. Can't do that too early though, so you bonk your head against the wall. It's like those ladders are really easy to miss. I mean, maybe you can tell since I've been missing them every single time. I do this level correctly. This room. There we go. I guess I'll go in here. There really isn't anything noteworthy. That's a thing over here I should grab. And the other thing was right here. I don't know why I keep running past things that I should be getting. You get points there. Keep the combo going. Let's not mess up at the very end of this room. Okay. I was worried about those projectiles coming down and hitting me, but this might be it. Yeah. Not a fan of those enemies. They're hard to deal with. They just throw a ton of projectiles straight down at you. I also don't know the telegraph. Hello, welcome to the stream. Attempting right now to P rank this level. At least I get to do this secret level multiple times. Yeah, they totally would expect that you would do in regular turnaround there, but doing that just sends you down, missing the exit. There we go, that was a lot cleaner. Except for the end. Should probably stop doing that as often. This room. I got the music from the next room start playing for a second. See, how do I avoid that prevent that from happening? Wait, there's a point here. This doesn't extend the combo long enough. I guess I'll just like hug the wall there. Oh, I guess that's how this room is supposed to flow. Ah. Even when the enemies are charging straight at you, and when they would hurt you, they decide to stop their attack just to look scared for a second. I always forget to go up here. There we go. That's not too hard to avoid. If I can remember where the next secret is. Oh yeah, I know where it is. It's right here. It's like be easy to mess up if you rush it, so it's best to take it slowly. Especially right there to grab that. Although you don't need to grab it, it's kind of a distraction. And here we go, we actually made it to pizza time. I think that was all unnecessary. Whoops. A lot of this is. Part of it, like optimizing P ranks, is knowing just how many points you do need to get. Why I always jump off there. You don't need to go for every single like point there is in the level. You can't just ignore everything. That's the next secret. This one's very unique. Probably one of the largest secrets. As you see treasure. Not too much time left. This is pretty close to the end. I don't even have a S rank yet, so let's not just leave. Okay, there we go. That does give you plenty of points. So at this point, I'm going to ignore the rest of the level and just keep moving forward. And once again, just falling off like that. You suddenly have to slow down and wait for more. I think maybe in some sections like that it'd be worth it to just lose the transformation immediately. Maybe it'd be faster without it. Because you're not required to have a transformation to leave that. There we go. Oh wait, did I get the all S ranks in this floor? Didn't even take any damage. We just have one level left, and the boss. Yep. So I don't think this level should be that bad. This is one of those levels where there's a mechanic that gives you extra points, but that isn't really necessary. So you go down there. It's always hard to react to these things that you have to like slide down or roll through. One block out openings. You pretty much have to immediately press down to restart a roll. You really have to be prepared for it. All the secrets and stuff are quite late in this level. Oh yeah, there's also this horse. It's like technically a race, but honestly, it's kind of inconsequential. 'Cause it takes place on the same route that you're going to take anyway. So you're not gonna miss the race, and if you're moving forward, you're probably not going to lose the race either. Here's the first secret, quite late into the level. Almost messed that up. The next secret's right here. It's funny how the horse takes a completely convoluted route to catch up. Go. I missed that. I think I want to go for it. Oh, do you have time left? Keep the combo going. It's already at the end of the level. This ended up being easier than the farm, but we'll see if I can make it through the second lap. I guess there's a hint here. A lot of the doors here that are optional are closed off. Ow. I really got sent back that far. That's fair. I can't just be completing these first try. I should change direction last second there. Grab that. It's kind of weird how sometimes you can kind of miss that. So the moment you hit the floor, you slow down. You don't keep moving downwards. Like, look how much time you have left here. I had to just like stop moving for quite a long time for them to catch up. Remember to roll there, not there though. I'm honestly surprised at how many transformations they managed to create. You would think that there's only so many ways to change up your movement in a 2D platformer, but they created a lot of unique ways. So every transformation feels unique, even if they only change a few things. Like this one is basically like you can't jump and you have slow acceleration, but you move very quickly at high max speed. It manages to feel interesting, and they make good use of it. That race isn't even close at all, and I feel like I did it pretty suboptimally. Okay, luckily I managed to grab onto that. Not this though. And for the second time. Okay. I need to remember that you need to keep grabbing onto them. That's absolutely fair though. Almost ran into the bullet. Can't go down there yet. I don't know how I started that super jump. It's also really clean how they pair mechanics together. Like it makes sense that this you know, whatever this is supposed to be, that makes you run super fast. It's also paired together with the timers, and that just makes sense. You know, if you're able to move faster, that kind of allows them to create situations where you need to use that to get that extra speed needed to pass some of the gates that are timed. Or would actually go this direction. I like these really blend in with the background. It's easy to miss them sometimes. Any secret? It's actually convenient that the secret's right here, because you grab the key and immediately slow down so you can go up and grab the secret. There we go. You need to go back through here. I'm always missing this one, huh? There we go. Not immediately obvious how the hitboxes look. I need to go over there. Going better. Saw the combo. Here we need to grab the treasure. It can be quite confusing sometimes when you're first going for these P ranks to try to remember where everything is. This is why I tried to practice in advance this time. Which maybe I shouldn't have, because I'm kind of completing these very quickly. I need to go in the store. Like, you wouldn't immediately remember to go into that door on your first 2 attempts. It looks like it might be a close race for a bit, and then it isn't at all. Let's just rush through the ending. I think that's everything, yep. Now we go to the second lap down here. Just go in this direction. Sometimes I don't remember which direction to start moving in at the start of the lap. Okay, I actually wanted to bonk there. Actually sends you exactly where you want to go. I think this rim does not really flow well together at all. Fans can really mess you up. Is it Luigi? There we go. That wasn't that bad. In the end, the farm level ended up being the hardest for whatever reason. Probably just because of that one room that I kept messing up at. But there we go. There's pretty much only the boss fight left to do. So I'm not going to end the stream immediately. There's some other things that I'd like to get done. Because I'm probably just going to do one more stream of this game to complete most of the rest of the P ranks, but I think I'm going to, well, I'll explain it more after this boss. This boss is actually quite easy once you learn one thing. If you charge up a charge shot right about there, it didn't work. It's just the cutout. Start charging a shot right there, and there we go. That skips like most of their attack. Just kind of loop them like this. Don't do it too fast though. This boss fight, well, as well as the first one, but these fights really taught me that I usually just focus on the boss fight, on the boss specifically, and not any of the other like hazards. So there's a ghost approaching me from above right now, and I definitely took a lot of damage from that on my first few attempts. So I just wasn't looking up there at all. It's pretty easy to just get them in a loop like this. Quite a lot of safe going on right now. Sometimes I dodge that. Okay. That's not gonna work. Ow. Let's not immediately run into the bullet. Cheese bullet. That just barely missed. Actually, hold up. Something I'd like to check. There we go. The cardboard cutout actually ends up messing up some of your attacks when you try to do a charge shot. The charge shot doesn't actually work exactly how you expect it would, because it like shoots out automatically once it's fully charged. You can't choose when you want to fire it. Which is usually how charge shots are designed to be. For whatever reason, charge shots are either stronger than spamming attack normally, or they're weaker. It makes sense that they'd be weaker because you get to charge up your shot while you're not able to deal damage. So then once they are vulnerable to damage, you can release the charge shot. Whatever everything going on right now. Or, so it makes sense it'd be weaker since you can take advantage of extra damage. Isn't good. Don't do that. You can get in a bit of extra damage when you wouldn't normally be able to. Or you can say that like charge shots to deal extra damage because it takes extra effort to like time them properly and to know when you should fire the charge shot. Because sometimes it could actually be at a disadvantage because you miss an opportunity to deal damage while you're charging. I took damage for something I didn't even see. I definitely saw that though. And then once you are able to fire the charge shot, they become vulnerable. Or they become invincible. Invulnerable. That's what I was looking for. I just barely canceled that. Too late. Don't do a charge shot immediately. I think that the charge shot is weaker in Pizza Tower. But then you can take advantage of getting an extra charge shot like that for free. Only if you time it correctly. Or that could just get in the way. I don't know if that's random or not, but it feels like it only sometimes gets in the way. Oh, come on. Still able to get his attacks out, even if you pretty much deal enough damage immediately. Unless there's some stuff going on. So even if you are able to loop him with the charge attack, there is still some things that are dangerous that keep showing up, especially the ghosts. So funny thing, I actually tested this out. If you miss this, then it's an incredibly open window. It's very hard to miss that shot. There we go. If you do miss it though, he just shoots you and you take 1 damage and it continues, and I think he has maybe 1 or a few extra hit points. You just continue the fight. Alright, well that's all. That's everything on this floor. So that's the stream, everyone. Thanks for watching now. I have more plans. Maybe I'll try out some of these levels actually. Except I haven't practiced them at all, so they would take quite a long time. Maybe I'll just do a select few levels that I'm interested in. But actually, I wanted to try out the boss fights first. I think they're actually quite easy. They're usually pretty short, so it's like on like normal levels where you might lose like a few minutes in. So you can actually deal damage immediately by doing that. This level really lets you parry everything, so let's try doing that. I heard that this fight is actually very randomized, unlike the other boss fights, which follow like a predetermined attack pattern. But I'm gonna keep going. Get some practice in these later phases. Really a better way to deal with those enemies. Release the skateboard. Jump over that too. Put behind the background. Actually, I didn't even mean to parry that. Jump. Please. I forgot about that. At the end of the fight, I think I took 3 damage. He takes the extra hit point at the end there. That's interesting detail. Alright, well I can improve a lot in that fight. So I'll try this again. This time I will reset if I take damage. So yeah, isn't a very tight window to get that. It's usually not a great idea to run around in boss fights. So you're so much more agile when you're not running. When you start running, you start sliding when you try to change direction. That was a stupid idea, but it worked out. It is that like you get away with so much by parrying. The moment you get the timing down, some of these fights become significantly easier. Of course, they're not free, but I really missed that. Remember to do this. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that either. That's really not a hard timing at all. Oh, I was gonna say to look at something, but I wasn't looking. I should have been the one to look. I'm usually distracted and I'm not able to pay attention to everything that's going on at once. So if there's any like minions in a boss fight. Well, that worked out. Jump. I started running, I should have done that. I pressed parry, but it didn't work. I press too late. And I think just slides along the ground before he gets to the wall. I haven't seen that before. Sometimes I don't know if they are going to be vulnerable by the time I get to them to do the attack. I should also take care of the other guy. I forgot. That this is in fact a fairly difficult fight, at least to do it perfectly. Let's touch the bomb. Very good though. Jump now. Just remember that he is fake and blows up in the next phase. I don't know why I did that. Just time that. Wow. I'll set up. Their movement is like uneven because they kind of hop around, so it's a little hard to time the parry. I should probably just like avoid them normally. They're trying to parry them. It's easy to do when they're flying like that. This is, oh, come on. As long as you just wait for them to jump before parrying. It is a consistent timing. I knew that they was gonna jump and I forgot. There we go. It's like the first time he does an attack, it's like the first variation of it. And then it changes for every subsequent time he does the attack. Or it's just dependent on like if he's at half health or something. Like in that version of the attack, he spawns a bomb. Just have some distance, you can just avoid the bomb completely. You can actually throw them at him. deal damage early. They don't really skateboard. You do it here too, but I messed it up. I was close. There we go. Alright, that took quite a few more attempts, but it's not too bad, honestly. There we go. Wow, that icon. I just noticed now all the characters in the background looking at the P rank in awe. I'm gonna look at something real quick. Let's do this level. Maybe I'll do a few of these levels out of order. But, you know, I think I have a good chance of being able to get this done. Wrong way. There's another room that looks just like this one, but you go in a different direction. Probably has my favorite music, favorite song. I don't know if it's like absolute favorite, but like one of the better ones. Absolutely. There's something up here. I just managed to stay just at the top of the screen the whole time. There we go. I was able to keep the combo going. Just make sure to like bonk against every single wall possible. So I didn't realize for a long time you could actually control your speed on the rocket by holding forward. Thing is that it's just always holding forward by default, so I didn't know that you'd slow down. But I know that some other people probably had an opposite experience where they thought that didn't know that you could hold forward to speed up. Make sure to keep going there. But they have like just one pool of lava there. And the whole level, and it's also one of the few locations where there's actually... Oops, did not mean to do that. There's something I can get for points, there we go. Or just to keep the combo. Make sure to go down to grab that secret. And we'll teleport back. That's very smooth. There we go. This time we go on the other side. Oh, these guys, they shoot a different projectile actually. Because these enemies also show up in some other levels, but they shoot different projectiles. I didn't know that. Interesting detail. There's that just to get that enemy. For some reason. Remember to actually turn around here, because that's the other secret. This is kind of funny, because you use this to build up speed. And it makes use of the teleporter. Pretty interesting. So you can't do that slide. Cyber is a little bit confusing. Sometimes you will release the bubble too early. And this room is actually kind of awkward. You have to go around kind of slowly. Kind of kills your momentum, but then you just pick it right back up, so it's not that big of a deal. And remember, for this part to go around, actually doesn't look like I have enough points, but I'll get plenty from the treasure right here, and from the second lap. So just look at the points right now. Goes up a whole bunch there, and it should be S rank. What's those points? There we go. Can we do this first try? As long as I keep the combo going. And if I'm fast enough. I guess that's the direction you're supposed to go in. The points kind of lead you over there, but I decided not to. That's kind of slow. It's not a problem. Oh wow, that could have been bad. That one's extra weird because you don't have to go all the way around. I don't know why I didn't get points from that, but there we go. There's another P rank. I did play this level a little bit. Luckily the secrets aren't too hard to get. I did miss the last one next to that rocket quite a few times when I was looking for the secrets. But there we go. So it's just an extra little bonus. I'm not really interested in doing the rest of these levels for now. Where's the next floor? I just forget where the doors are. Oh, it's right here, isn't it? Yep. I don't know if I want to do any of these levels now. But I played first Rain World or the Rain World? Wait, I played Rain World quite a long time ago. And this game has only recently came out. Also, hello, welcome to the stream. Whoa. How do you find a secret? Mr. Carr. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna give you a headache. It kind of gave me a headache. Well, not really, but like, it's kind of disorienting until you get a idea of what's going on. Anyway, I did not do well at this boss fight, so let's try to get... Oh yeah, the second time they fight him, it actually shows the correct portrait. This fight is quite different, so you can always deal damage by grabbing him. You have to grab him twice to deal damage. Fight can be quite long since there's not really anything that you can do to speed up some phases. Like right now, I just have to wait here. You can also make quite good use of parrying here. Usually just get one attack in before they continue their attack. You can actually totally cheese this phase just by parrying at the right time. Right when they all go up. As long as you're familiar with the timing. It was really necessary for them to take off their heads first before doing this attack. It's a pretty clever fight though, the way that they created it, kind of by referencing your regular moveset, I think ways that they can make it into a boss attack. Now for the second phase, it's a mix of the main boss and the other supporting ones. There's less of a delay between their attacks. I messed that up. That was close. I wonder if you can get an attack right at the beginning of that. You can do 2 attacks there, quickly enough. Okay, I guess you're invincible while you're doing an attack, so I did not take damage there somehow. Ah! Alright, well I'll keep going. That's unfortunate, it's pretty close to the end. Yeah, I would have been able to do it. This last segment isn't that hard. There we go. So I think that's a lot easier than the noise, but it's quite a lot longer, so like what happened in this run, there's a chance that you just take damage at the very end. So let's do it again, just 1 damage. Yep, let's try that again. Although I did get kind of lucky in a few scenarios. Probably should have taken damage. After this, I will probably attempt to fight Pizza Face. Actually, there's one other thing I'd like to do before that. Yeah, someone recreated this entire boss fight in Hollow Knight, like, surprisingly well. It almost looks like it directly came from Pizza Tower, but it's in Hollow Knight. And the fight actually still works pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't played it, seen the video, but it looked like it worked out pretty well. Just kind of grabbing around randomly. That was close. Is there any cohesive lore? No. I mean, sort of. It depends on who you ask, honestly. If you want to like try looking into it deeper, but yeah, it is pretty. Luckily, the second faith is quite a lot shorter than this one. They realized that this phase was way too easy, so they had to add the extra guy running at the bottom. So spice it up a little bit. That was bad. I should have just gone for the attack. Oh, come on. I actually didn't mean to do a parry, but it almost worked out anyway. I think these extra phases in between could have been a bit shorter. Like this attack right here where the other ones show up. Just dodge. It's just so much easier to just dodge that instead of trying to parry. You could probably do an attack there. I think that maybe the lore in this situation is that these fake pepinos were a creation by Pizza Face because they knew that Pepino made better pizza, so they just tried to copy him by making a clone, but it didn't work out, so these are the failed Pepino clones. Although actually, that's just a theory. A game, though. So the way this phase out, grab that over there. I don't even know if you have to grab it. The extra health. That was close. Just got grabbed. If I was a little bit closer. So I like how the background gets all messed up in the second phase. I mean, as if this fight wasn't already messed up. Okay, lost the Attack. Oh, that was a clutch parry. How are they taking damage there? They really could have changed this to make it more exciting. Because it used to be way too hard and then they made it way too easy. They don't need to make it harder, they just need to make it look like it's harder than it is. Because you see the thing chasing you for like half a second and then you just run away and you never see it again. There we go, that parry at the end totally saved me. So on to the next floor. I'll get around to these levels someday. That's going backwards. There it is. So there is this level up here, which first of all, I've already P-ranked. But I'm going to be doing it again, just for the stream. Because I've played this level probably more than any other level. So I've kind of learned how to do it quickly. Oh, that's always annoying when that happens. Not a big deal. You tried to turn around earlier there and it would have been better. I messed it up. I really like this level, honestly. It's probably my favorite level in the game. Because of the way that there's a lot of like risk reward, because it's not about like finding the secrets, it's about seeing if you have enough time to complete them. So it's not really about trying to like search around and look for all the secrets in the level, but trying to improve and get faster at it so you have time to go out of your way to get them. I always messed up. Here's more fake Pepinos. Wow, forgot to shoot there. Plenty of time left for all these. They're not even really very dangerous as long as you keep moving. Funny combo in war. can't just run at these guys. And second lap, you get plenty of extra time for this. This time. There's also another thing that makes the level really interesting. The fact that you have to go through it a second time without the gun. That changes up your movement. Because usually you're not able to do the regular grab dash with the gun. So you're gonna do the fast strat here. I messed it up. Well, sort of. Messed that up. I didn't know I did that. That was the best movement, but it worked out. Wow. I love how far away you can do that that ground pound. So you have so much momentum going forward. Way too early. Still good. I think I need to go for more points. We'll see. No, we're good. And you don't lose points like in other levels. As long as they don't take any damage. There we go. That was great. I think I had like a minute left. That's a great level. I have to kind of wonder if there's... Like, I'd like to see more levels just like this one where it's basically just trying to go fast the whole time instead of So go for this final boss though. Yeah, I don't really like how other levels are more focused on trying to explore them because the movement is so fast that exploration ends up being kind of ends up kind of slowing you down. I'm not the biggest fan. But then for war, it's just like full speed ahead all the way through, even for the secrets and the other stuff. That's usually like exploration based. Well, now we're doing this fight. See if I can do it with no damage. Why did I restart? Breaks the music, that's what. It just takes a while to start up. This is a great fight too, but it is quite long, so it might take a while to do it perfectly. I went the other direction. There's an optimization you can make by letting him spawn in that extra enemy. I'm messing this up. I guess this kind of works out. Ah, that didn't. Actually, I probably shouldn't restart now. It's more I can practice in the later phases. Such a huge hitbox for hitting other enemies. That's that. not mean to do that. Should I get P rank? Yes. I know this isn't Floor 2, but I completed all those way too quickly. I shouldn't have restarted again. Should stop doing that for now. Should have waited for that. Okay, I keep restarting just habitually, but this fight is probably the hardest to P rank just because it's a lot longer. Like, no more restarting. You know, it's the very beginning. There's a way that you can like do that. The Swati slam. But like with an extra while gaining a lot of extra height from it. I don't know how to do it consistently, but it happens sometimes on accident. Grab all the other enemies. Messed that up. This guy. There's a bunch of extra free damage. It's not hard to dodge. Pay attention to the other stage arena hazards. Oh, that you could just jump over that. She runs across the screen so quickly. That's over. That's not too bad, honestly. A few things that you need to look out for, but also ends pretty quickly. These are just the same as the other fights that I've already practiced a lot, so they shouldn't be that bad. And they end much quicker. Like, you do this attack regardless of how you start it. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that either. There we go. This fight is changed up quite a bit since you aren't using the gun. Oh, bad time to do that. I actually caught his jump. For all that. Don't just run straight into the bomb. And then Gustavo just sticks around even though you don't need him. You can speed up the fight quite a bit, unless you do that or that. Luckily I just practiced this fight, so it should be a lot easier. You can't do that apparently. I mean, it doesn't make sense that you have to throw him. But this one you can actually do it either way. Also, I mean, that's not any different. I didn't mean to do that. And then of course he jumped right there. Wow, the music transition really lined up there. Like how the last fight is set up so that you can get a good look at every single individual attack, so that once it starts combining them at the end, you are prepared. Whoops. That's the combination of all of them. The music syncing up quite well again. I think that's done on purpose. They make the songs long enough to kind of sync with the changing phases when they loop. Let's also see if we can do this. Might as well, while we're here. I don't know if this counts as the St. Peter, because there's a way to access it from the lobby, or the main tower. I guess since there's not really any other like secrets and stuff, just about keeping the combo going and getting enough points. Okay. This whole section is great. It's pretty simple. Like, it's pretty much just combining together all the other game mechanics. The one big chain, but it all flows very well. Don't know why I jumped there. Yeah, they definitely shoot different projectiles depending on where you are. Interesting. Yeah, everyone took damage to this. Oh, there goes the combo. I have a feeling that I do in fact need to keep the combo going the whole time. Try to do this a little bit cleaner then. Still jumping there, of course. Can't fix every mistake. Nice, good job. Well, the text that shows up below the combo. Oh yeah, of course, you lose the gun right here. Was I thinking of just shooting them? This is another level I really like, pretty much for the same reasons as War. It's just one long continuous thing where you don't have to go out and explore, you just kind of keep moving forward. Should have messed that up every single time that enemy shows up. And to make sure to run into those guys for a second time. And let's just ignore them, you know? I keep like taking damage and losing the combo there, but just not do that, you know? Getting stuck on walls. Quite tough. Pretty much because of the enemies that do an attack the moment you get into their range aren't prepared for them. They just hit you. It can be hard to get in quickly enough to get the combo back. Just float in the air if you do that. I mean, I don't know what else you'd be floating in. Get those there. The rank keeps changing. The rank keeps changing back and forth. Probably just do a Grab Hunter sooner. Really, that doesn't work out. You can't do it like that. They hit you first. I guess I should just parry or just run through, but I kind of need to keep the combo going too. Get out, alright. I'm getting out right now. I shot just a bit too late. That's when I didn't shoot at all. Probably get to use the gun. I'll just jump over that. And that. A few things that kind of slow you down a little bit, but aren't necessary. Okay, mess that up again. Okay, I just kind of went through it that time. I didn't need to do that. I kind of have a feeling that getting P rank is going to require a lot more points. I think that it might. So I'm gonna try to grab everything I can. The golf part. I'm going to try to get this decently well. I think that was as good as I could have gotten it. Nice in regards to points. They're also doing a good job at like combining different game mechanics that like thematically fit together, even if they come from different levels. Actually not that far away from S-Ring. Yeah, very close. There it is. Does not require that many points at all. Because there's not all that extra stuff in levels that usually give you a lot of points. I get a bit more than this too. Didn't even add to your combo. Alright, there we go. I do still have to go back to the boss fight though. That'll be the last thing I do this stream. We'll also have to get this sometime. Where's the chicken? I have to credit that. I get to see this again. It is. I've gotten some more stuff done, so maybe I have to get the. Maybe I should have done this last, yeah. Just maybe just. Not bad at all. I like how the decent endings, if you can call these endings, the decent ones are like quite high in completion percentage. I mean, it is pretty hard to get through the game while not doing stuff. Anyway, let's just quickly get back to that final fight. I can remember my way through the tower again. I think I do. So this should say P rank. That's done. Just the fight, so it doesn't matter what I do after the fight is over. I think you could do a super jump here, and it still works. It's incredible how many idle animations Peppino has. Like, I think this is the same animation that they use for if you have a high combo. But there's like multiple different stages of that, as well as a few like level specific ones. I almost got hit there. I did get hit there. I don't think the rest of the fight will be that bad, so I think I'm going to restart if I take damage. Oh, come on. So you can kind of get a double hit in like that. There's extra enemies on screen. But I'm gonna spawn a few more. You can do this. I missed somehow. That was very close. I don't like these guys. I don't like that. Yeah, if you don't deal with the enemies, they build up quickly. Wow, I couldn't do anything about that. That's not a massive hitbox. That's a Fork Knight. They can hit you if you run into them. Does damage. Maybe I'm just like trying to attack him when he's invulnerable still, like during those first few frames of that animation. I don't know what you have to do to not kill them in that situation. Yeah, it seems like if I just wait a little bit longer, it will hit them. Nice, that actually helped. What was I thinking there? If I just held up and I threw, then it would throw up, or it would grab upwards. That's a different move entirely. Okay. We actually made it here. I guess I have to get good at this phase too. I forgot about it. I think that phase is really funny because he shoots a bunch of bullets at you and they don't even hit if you just stand still. I tried to parry, but I shot first and it couldn't parry during the lag of shooting. That was the worst thing to do there. Oh, come on. I guess it's kind of pointless to wait for them to spawn another enemy if I just end up killing them there. It's fine here though. Just let they hit that rat. Yeah, they do have quite a large hitbox. It's just that there's a bit of a delay on when you can actually hit them. That was not a good decision. Although I don't know why I bounced off of them instead of grabbing. Okay. I should do that. I just said I shouldn't do that. And rat. Moved in the other direction. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why I just threw that. Keep missing a whole lot. Okay. They locked onto me in another location I didn't expect, so just dodged in the wrong direction. I didn't parry in time. I managed to grab onto that. That still hit me. Barely. Just that was not very barely. It's quite far off actually. Not very barely. Well, that actually hit. Okay, I keep getting messed up by that because he locks onto you at the start of the attack, and then there's a little bit of a delay before he actually charges. But I keep guessing incorrectly on where he's going, where he locked onto. So I try to dodge in one direction, but he locked onto a different position. I could have just kept walking forward there, and it would have worked out. I thought I was gonna get hit there. There we go. When you do it correctly, it feels like it's way easier than it is. I just need to avoid the rats. Good first phase. think the gun gonna hit you. That's probably the best way to deal with that. Instead of trying to predict where it's going to bounce. Really? Did you see that? It definitely hit me before the parry ended. I guess that's just the hitbox being a little bit smaller than it looks. I tried to do the upwards grab again. But it doesn't exist. Also, how do I keep doing that? That was an angle and a half. I don't like these enemies. Oh, come on, the knight. I think in some situations it's just better to clear out the enemies instead of trying to deal more damage to the boss. Except, I mean, he's just gonna spawn more, so I don't know if that's a good idea, actually. Nice one. Oh, come on. I threw it upwards in the wrong direction. I don't know which direction he moves in after, like, resetting like that. Do they always move towards me, maybe? Almost got hit by that. Okay, I just wasn't paying attention. Getting really familiar with the first, like, 2 attacks. Almost took damage there after saying that. I guess it's probably a good idea to try to grab enemies as soon as they respawn because they won't be able to hit me at all. Okay. I guess I should really account for that, you know? After spawning in a few enemies like that, he's immediately going to do the charge attack. I should always be prepared for it. As I'm saying that I should be prepared for the charge attack. Good one. So I should just, like, try to bait it out first. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work. I just did that. Yeah, I did that too. I didn't expect that the first phase would be the hardest. after spawning in enemies, he's always going to do the charge attack, so I should just dodge it immediately. And then I can counter attack, take damage, reset. I have to hit him. I should really deal with those cheese guys first. Ones that shoot projectiles. They hit me a lot. So does that guy. Because he also is made of cheese. Okay. Those guys don't have any telegraph on their attack, first of all. And also he attacked way sooner than I thought he would. Nice one. Getting really familiar with this first phase, despite the fact that I can't get through it consistently. I feel it's consistent until I get to the last few enemy spawns, which really messed me up. It's gonna be a ninja. I don't know if that was a mix-up, or if I just wasn't paying attention. So I was sort of expecting him to just spawn enemies, but I missed the telegraph. I thought I wouldn't grab them with that, so I did another grab. I just threw him. Might really hit him from the top. Really, the cheese guys every time. They just shoot immediately. So I should probably just not. Actually, I could try. Well, I'd have to know if he's going to do which attack he's doing. I really hit the knight. Dead. I took damage from that. Honestly, I'm fine with taking out that enemy. He's gonna charge at me next. How about this? I'll wait for him to spawn enemies. There we go. Not just do the entire rest of the fight without taking damage. Not a problem. opponent like this. I should just parried. Right? Big wall of stuff that does damage. Just parry it. Oh, that also hit him. Have to take out all the ammo. Just one more. I don't know what he's gonna do. Charge, that's good. That's not good. Okay, I just had the hope that none of those enemies would hit me. If one of them was the cheese, then it would have hit me. Like parrying, that's fairly consistent. I had to focus on feet to face. Okay, this is actually where if you're shooting the gun while that gear is on the floor, then it is dangerous. Okay. No, I think I'll take damage. But I was about to say anyway. Oh wow. Oh wow. I think I'm going to have to practice this fight more off screen. If I'm taking damage to the part that should be the easiest. For whatever reason, that fight was a lot better. The amount of knockback he took. Oh, if I managed to hit that, it would save some time. Didn't get by that star for some reason. Yeah, the rest of this fight isn't that bad at all. If you can get through the beginning, and then that was a bad idea. I mean, I know how to deal with these phases. I don't know why I'm messing up now. I'm also trying to talk at the same time. There we go. So, I think I'm going to end the stream now. This fight ended up being a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. I mean, I guess that's how it is if I'm just going to go into the final boss fight just completely. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be able to do this hitless. Saying that it's like twice the length, or like 3 times the length of all the other boss fights. But there we go, not going through the ending sequence again. So that's gonna be the end of the stream. I will do more Pizza Tower, probably not too much more. I think I'm going, considering how quickly I was able to peer rank the rest of the floor 2 levels, I'm probably going to put a little bit of practice into the all the remaining levels. And I should be able to complete all that in one stream. Since I kind of slowed down after floor 2 because I went to stuff that I didn't practice, although some of it was still fairly easy. But definitely not the final boss. Alright. That's the end of stream. See ya.